Hello everybody at Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing my fellow Taurus their weekly reading for the week of December 6th through the 14th of 2022. And as always, I introduce my decks. I've used the traditional Rider-Waite deck again this week just because I love that deck. But so I have here, I originally was told I was going to do 3 cards. And so then the Spirit said 4. And so we have 4 cards that came out because one card actually came out with a card with it. And so the first card for the week, we have the 3 of Swords that actually came out with the Wheel of Fortune. I really feel as though this is just kind of attesting to the fact that maybe you're feeling a little bit like I've had so many things that I wanted to come into my life, to come to fruition in my life, and I'm just feeling like maybe just a little bit disappointed that it's not happening, or it's not happening in the way that I wanted it to. And so there's a little bit of heartbreak coming in. But with that Wheel of Fortune kind of coming in with this, we know that the wheel, it's always turning. So it's only a matter of time before things are going to be going your way, right? So it comes in with the 8 of Pentacles, and then also with the King of Swords. Okay? So true Taurus fashion, and I love this so much, there is healing for us this week, okay? So I really feel like there are, some ancestral lineage healing blessings upon us. And so what I feel with this is you might have been working on some things and working through some things, and I really feel as though maybe you were proactive and being vocal about shedding some light on some issues, and that has really connected you in some ancestral healing, right? So you being vocal about that, voicing your opinion about that, making knowledge about certain issues known in the collective is really having you being out there and fighting for a cause, getting to the root of the problem. And so I really feel that as a result of that, you've cleared some of that ancestral stuff. And so all of these blessings are here for you. Now, you may not be seeing that right now. I feel like that's going to be a little bit of time in the making, and I'm getting chills with that. So just hold tight again, because that wheel's just a turning, right? And so, I feel like you've handled yourself with grace, right? And you've really stood the test of time. I feel as though you have had trial after trial, test after test, and really, I feel like these were spiritual tests for you to like maybe just see, hey, are you committed to this path? Are you committed to this cause? And so, I really feel now on the other side of things, it's Spirit's kind of like standing around you in like a half circle, and they're just like, facing you and just being like, hey, yay, so much, yay, I'm so happy. And they're giving you this round of applause. And so, be proud of yourself. This is the time for you to be proud of yourself. And so, I feel like in connecting with the energy of the past, this is very much feeling like it's more of like a juvenile type feel. Maybe when you think of the term like juvenile delinquent, right? Where there was a lot of behaviors and things that were happening. Now coming into a space where, you have come so far. But Spirit is saying you don't even know how far you've come. So maybe even looking at it from past lives and all of that stuff, you have come a tremendous way. You've had a lot of growth, and you've had to overcome a lot of things. And so this road has not been easy. And, I'm getting chills with that too. And so, they're just acknowledging that. And so you deserve all the blessings that are available to you. Now, I feel part of this that is coming in for you is love. And I feel like, it's a love that you've never known, that is going to be coming to you in a physical form. Now, right now, you are being extended this love from your ancestors, from the spirit realm. So look for this, listen for this in this spiritual, realm, right? When you're meditating, what are you being shown? Are you hearing certain phrases, right? Really start to try to connect with that energy, because we are an extension of that love. And that is what we're here to provide to others as well. So as you start to experience that for yourself, you'll start to attract that to you in that physical form as well. So now I feel as though, things have happened for you. Things have happened in the past. And I feel as though, there's a time where you've had so many expectations placed upon you. I feel like there's this energy around you that's almost like a feeling like you need to know your place, or you want to know your place, right? And so you're trying to find your way through that, right? And I feel like it's almost like you're standing in this crowded room, right? And you're feeling very, I don't want to say small, but you feel like you just blend in, right? You feel like you're ordinary. But listen, Spirit is saying there is no other you. Nobody else can take your place. And they want you to stand tall in that room. Even if it's crowded, they want you to own it, okay? And it's okay to take up that space. In fact, it's okay to even blow the roof off the building, okay? It is okay to be who you are and be who you came here to be. This is big energy. And so, with this, I feel this is about, again, getting back to your roots. And now with the root kind of coming through numerous times from Spirit, I really want to just emphasize this could be talking about your root chakra, right? And so when we talk about our root chakra, we're talking about feeling secure. How are we nurturing our feeling of security and feeling safe within this world? Our root chakra, of course, is at the base of our spine. It is represented by the color red. So if it's a little bit imbalanced, if it's feeling off, you might feel anxious, you might be overthinking things, you might be feeling fearful, you might get angry very easily, and overall you just might be feeling a little bit disconnected from your higher self, right? Or your intuition. So you could just feel sluggish, just don't want to do anything, just want to lay around today. And so that is okay to honor that, right? Sometimes honor those feelings. But we want to really get you back to a space where you are in more balance in that root chakra. And how we could do that is by getting back to your roots, right? Getting back to you. So what I feel with this is, what I'm hearing is that Rihanna song, Take a Bow. And the lyric I'm hearing specifically with that is, like, you put on quite a show and it was very entertaining, but it's over now, it's time to take a bow, right? And so what I'm sensing with this, it's almost like Spirit and they've been watching you and you are the one putting on the show, right? And they find it kind of comical. They've been kind of watching you for a while, and so they've presented you with all of these things, these lessons that you needed to learn, and so you've reached some sort of a turning point. And I feel like you've reached that turning point maybe a while ago, and it was like a space that you've wanted, something you've wanted for a while, but then you kind of like decided, oh no, did I really want this? Or you wanted to run from it. And so then your choices after that didn't really reflect what you were in alignment with, or what you were, what you had manifested, right? So I feel like with that was what was entertaining, is because you got what you wanted and you got to where you needed to be, and then you were like, oh wow, let me turn around in this maze and I'm going to go back to where I started, because I don't know if I really want that. And so they were kind of like laughing about that, is what I feel, right? That was the entertaining part. And so now it's like, okay, show's over. You're back to where you need to be. And so now it's time to really start to put in the work. And so what I feel with that is it's time to get to the core of your being. It's time to take no BS, right? And, really, you had a good run, but now it's time to stop running scared from the truth, from your truth, right? And so, I feel like when we talk about getting back to you, you might have been through some things where you feel as though, I've been through all of this stuff, and why did I do all of this? And now I'm to a place where you might even feel as though you're quote unquote damaged goods, right? Now, and I don't mean that you are, right? This is just a feeling. Sometimes we get these feelings or these notions that, gosh, I've been through all of this. Now, how do I pick up the pieces and move forward from that? That's really what I'm feeling with that, right? So the first step is forgiveness. And so this rings true with that song, Don Henley, I believe it's Don Henley, Getting to the Heart of the Matter. And it's really just about that forgiveness. And so how do you forgive yourself for putting yourself through those things, or allowing certain situations, or not removing yourself from certain situations that you should have removed yourself from for a long time, or just getting yourself to where you are today. Okay? So what that is in essence, we sign up for certain lessons when we come in, and we can have many different ways present themselves in how we learn those lessons. And sometimes we do have those moments where we are fearful and we get in our head and we can't get out of our head and we feel stuck and we feel committed, like we have to continue to do these things, when it's really just about taking off that blindfold, because we really don't have to continue to do those things. And so then that's when we start to make those changes. So start to flip the script a little bit and see that, gosh, I got myself from all of that to here, to where I am now. Start to really see the growth that you have gone through, getting through all of that, and how it's made you into who you are today. And it's really prepared you for anything that you're going to encounter in the future. There is no such thing as a bad lesson, right? Everything that you get through and go through, you grow through. And it's all purposeful and shaping you and molding you into exactly who you're meant to be. And so, I really feel, getting back to your roots, getting back to you and all of that, it's really getting back to your divine essence. And when we talk about our divine essence, is knowing that you're worthy no matter what happens around you. Knowing that you are connected with spirit, and you're connected through your intuition, and listening to your intuition and tuning into your intuition. And how does that feel in my body when it's a yes? And how does it feel when it's a no, right? Like getting into all of that. So the advice here in getting back to your roots, what I'm really feeling for this week for Taurus is about striking a pose. So whether you feel inclined to get dialed up and go get your pictures taken, or get out there and strike a pose in terms of dancing, right? Really shaking up the energy. I also feel some sort of a chamber of seclusion. Now, this could be, I am going to take space to myself, by myself. That's my self-care, right? If your self-care looks like sitting on the couch, relaxing, watching a movie and kind of processing some things, if it looks like journaling, whatever that looks like. But I specifically see it being seeking solitude in some way, all right? Now, I feel like that also could come in the form of, in true Taurus fashion, going to the spa. And so I really feel this is in connection with water, right? Because sometimes if we have an imbalance in one of our lower chakras, it can also affect a chakra above or below. And so I think that this could be affecting also our sacral. So, in connecting with that water element, that could really be helpful. So what I feel with this is could be, spa water therapy, right? Hydrotherapy. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but they have chambers in which you can get into in the spa, and it kind of like blocks out all of the noises, and you just kind of float in the water in sort of in this pod, so to speak. And so, I feel like all in all, though, it just creates more equilibrium within the body. It helps to lower the blood pressure. There's been some studies and things. So I feel that could be particularly beneficial this week. Getting into the salt room at the spa, things like that could also be very beneficial, and helping to bring yourself back to your roots. And of course, pay attention to what comes up during those times. What thoughts come up? What feelings come up. And be mindful not to shove those feelings away when they start to get uncomfortable, but really feel through them, really sit with it, like, okay, this is uncomfortable. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I getting triggered? And allow yourself to feel those feelings. Extend that ho'oponopo, that I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And allow it to pass, because that's really where that true healing is. And that's what this week is about for Taurus. So listen, it's about getting out of your head. It's about having that clear mind, because that's what's going to create that sound judgment. And you're really well on your way. Okay, so don't beat yourself up over little things. Really, just as every crack inside of a vase, it can be repaired. Just like everything that you've been through, you have mended yourself back into a whole being, right? And so your heart has been mended, and you've put yourself back together, and so it's shaping you into exactly who you are meant to be. Okay, and so this is preparing you for the next step on your path. And you are not alone in this. You're not alone in this, okay? There's many other people out there going through things, and they may even be in similar situations. So you're not alone in this physical journey, and you're not alone in the spiritual aspect. Your ancestors are behind you 100%. And again, this is so beautiful, because it goes back to the beginning of this, where it says that there's power in numbers in that healing, and that's where you stood your ground on your issue. There is power in numbers standing behind you. Your ancestors are behind you, 100% backing you. So I think there's a beautiful week ahead for you, Taurus, and I do so hope that this helps you. I do so hope that this resonates for you in some way, shape, or form. Please don't hesitate to share this with your fellow Taurus. And as always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. If you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com, message me in the messenger, or hit me up on my Square site pinned in the description box below here on the YouTube, or at the top of my page on the Facebook. And I can't wait to see what's in store for us next, Taurus. Take care.